Alright guys, it's time to go on forward with our Secret Empire tie-ins with Captain America issue number 25. Not only is it a cool looking cover, but a great story inside here which I can't wait to get into because there's so much about this you have to know about. Alright, so it begins off in this first page in the Painted Desert, Nevada, and we see Tony there blowing out a candle on a cake, unsuccessfully because, you know what, he's a holographic projection, has no breath, so he uses the air out of his suit and blows off, frosting off the cake. Alright, a little funny, but important. We'll get back into that. Alright, now we get into this beautiful page here of Steve Rogers, Captain America, there, giving out the first of two important speeches of the day. And the first one is war. That's right. Captain America is addressing everyone, saying how they are going into war and how through strength and unity and authority, they are going to make America great again, right? And in this, he's talking about, how people need to basically will to the strength of Hydra. And he's basically going on to this next page talking about how he's going to make everything right. He even says, we'll punish those transgressions. We fight to the last. Cut off one limb, two more shall take its place. And also, in the end there, he's telling Hydra. Pretty cool. Really cool stuff. Now, New Titan, the war begins. All right. You see Hydra's come in, and they are kicking butt and taking down New Titan. Make it to the throne room, and they're there to get to a Zorn, but really they know that Zorn's not the one in charge. And they're like, what do you mean Zorn's not the one in charge? And Emma steps up. No, I know, I'm really the one in charge. This is what's going to happen. You're not taking me, you're not capturing me, you're not killing more mutants. I'm taking a personal plane, I'm flying to DC, and I'm going to hand Steve Rogers the fragment of the cosmic cube that I have, and no more mutants will die. This is what's going to happen. Well, it goes over into Wakanda, and of course, Hydra is attacking. They're not doing so well, and Black Panther is just, he's like, all right, now we finish this. Then all of a sudden, no, I cannot. And Black Panther says, well, what's going on? Well, it turns out Dr. Faustus is there, and he's mind controlling everybody. And basically, Wakanda is surrendered, right? He's got everybody to stop, all the enemies to stop fighting, and Black Panther's not happy about this, and of course Zemo shows up and got the sword to his throat there, and he's like, all right, where's the cube? You're going to give me the cube, or more of your people are going to die. And so we go into this page, and you see the war ended as soon as it began, with Hydra's enemies beaten, though not broken. And so they got the two fragments of the cosmic cube that they needed from New Titan and from Wakanda. All right, go Hydra, all right? Well, now comes for the second speech, with a hope. Oh, please, hope. Yes, come on. So there we go. Sam Wilson, dressed up in this Captain America uniform, giving a nice speech. And it's actually a pretty cool drawn panel, I gotta say. And in here he starts talking about, how he doesn't like giving speeches, but he's giving a speech, and how when the chips are down, they have to get back up. And it kind of goes into this next page, it's like, come on, we're heroes, we gotta do the right thing. It's a well-written speech, but I'm not going to read every word to it. But, who wants to be the Avengers for those people that are under Hydra's fists? And so they all cheer, and all decided to go to a Inhuman prison camp to do some good. They show up, and they see there's already a battle going on in there. And they decide, okay, we got to go help. Let's take this fight and win. So they get in there, and they see there was basically a prison riot, and things aren't going well for Hydra, and basically they take over the camp. And they're all cheering their praises and talking about how this all happened when a guy showed up. His name is Barf. Well, Barf explains how he can basically just barf up anything that he imagines with his inhuman power. And so Tony's like, hey, I got an idea. Imagine this. He holds out his hand and shows an image of a cosmic cube fragment. And so Barf looks at it, studies it, and what does he do? See in this next panel, he barfs up a piece of the cosmic cube. Okay, well, that's not going to be good for Hydra, right? No, 24 hours later, Iron Man's like, hey, everybody come on in here, it's my birthday. And they're like, oh, we don't have time for this. We don't have time for cake. He's like, no, let me back up a little bit. Let me explain something. You remember how, we saw that through the vision that Spider-Man was supposed to kill Captain America on the steps of the Capitol building, and look at the video footage of everything, and it really didn't happen. But go to this next page, you can see, look closely, let's zoom in on Captain America's hand, and obviously he has a piece of the cosmic cube in his hand, which got him to thinking about how it works. So he decided to test his theory, and basically he tested the theory that he wanted a birthday cake. And in that, he went out walking, and a woman who was a pastry chef happened to make a cake, and they heard that it's his birthday and presented him with a cake. Interesting enough. So he realized that even a small fragment of a cube can help make the things that you visualize and want come true, but on a small scale. He even tried it out, and he's like, I want to be a real boy. And it didn't happen for him, because that little fragment isn't enough to make him human again, but it is enough to make certain things happen. So he goes ahead and tells all the Avengers this, and they decided that they're going to do something. He has a plan. The plan is to take the fight to Hydra's doorsteps. So kind of going over here to Atlantis, and, my goodness, Namor is just not happy. He's upset and talking about how, he had to give up the cube, but because he did so, the people now think of him as a coward. And, his guard right there is like, yeah, well, I could have told you this. This is what's going to happen. And Namor's like, oh, yeah, well, you would know him best, now wouldn't you? So, but it's funny how my greatest thing wasn't the cube, it was you. And I hid you the whole time under, Steve Rogers' nose. He's like, oh, why don't you go ahead and take off that mask? And he does, and boom, who would it be? It'd be Bucky Barnes. Yes, Namor saved Bucky, and Bucky is alive after all. And he has a plan. Whew, wow, lots of amazing stuff happened in just one issue. All right, issue 25. It's a great read. All right, it's one where I just cannot talk about it, do it justice. You have to read it yourself. Pick it up, Captain America, issue number 25. Hail Hydra, cut off one head, two more shall take its place.